You've been doing social media marketing content for your business wrong this whole time. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do social media and turn your content into leads and then clients. Because after all, that's what we're on social media for, not just to waste our time, right? If you want more of the right people seeing your business online, which leads to you generating more sales in your business, then one of the 5 ways to generate leads is free content, aka social media. Except in this video, I'm going to reveal what most business owners aren't told and the big mistakes to avoid. My name is Streete, and this is the #1 marketing channel to help you grow your coaching or expert business online. I'm going to show you how to never run out of content ideas and share exactly what to post and generate leads consistently each week. And finally, how to convert those leads into clients, all while saving you time. And don't worry, you won't have to create any silly dance or fake clickbait videos. So social media is a free content strategy, meaning it doesn't cost you to create the content in terms of hard cash. However, it does cost you time, but the social media platforms allow you to post on their platforms for free. The main focus here is that you create content with the goal of attracting the right people to your business, the people that resonate with that content. There are 3 main objectives with marketing your business on social media. And if you don't have this in your strategy when it comes to social media, then your marketing strategy is broken. So what are those main objectives? All 3. You ready? It's lead generation, lead nurture, and lead conversion. If we don't go through these 3 steps or objectives, then we don't actually turn social media content into leads, into prospects, and into clients. And hey guys, if you're a business owner watching this, that's what you're here for, right? And if you don't have that, your approach to social media marketing is broken. And if that approach is broken, then we're not actually going to succeed as a business online. You're literally just creating content for the sake of creating content. You're simply going to keep running on the hamster wheel, and you deserve better than that. And this is why we hear of famous social media influencers who have millions of followers, but they can't actually sell more than $100 worth of stuff. And the problem is that, yes, you can gain followers, you can gain great influence, except if you don't know how to convert that influence into cold hard cash, then there's a big problem with running social media for your business as a clear way to generate business growth. Every single piece of your content that you publish online should cover at least one of those 3 objectives in your marketing: lead generation, lead nurture, and lead conversion. As if you forgot already, right? Every single piece of content that you publish should be leading buyers, or especially those who are interested, into taking that next step and getting closer to your products and services, while you strategically plan for your content to generate, to nurture, and to convert. And when you do it right and you get a greater understanding of content and psychology and the effects that it has on your audience, you'll be able to actually create content that does all 3 in one go. For example, I might create some content where I share a story about a strategy that I've used in my business, almost like a self-case study where I've showed a specific method that I used. And in this video, I'm going to give you a specific method today, where that method allowed me to generate thousands of leads. And then what I did was document the whole process. And then what I could actually then do is frame up a lead magnet and say, hey guys, if you want the exact framework that has generated thousands of leads for me in my business when I post on social media, just comment underneath this video with the word guide, and I'll send you a free copy of something that I called my 6-week content rhythm. Right? That's how you generate leads, by providing value. But it's a great example to show the kind of content that you could create, where you identify a problem, share a story, because as we know, stories are the most believable way to build trust, right? Also know, like, and trust. And from that, when people see that you're sincere, that you have the experience, that you're not just somebody talking about theory, but you actually have the proof, you become way more persuasive when you're marketing your business on social media. So that post that I just gave you, that type of example, because it contains emotion through the story and empathy through the story, meaning I understand where the person is and they can relate to what I'm saying, but I'm showing them a new way. And that there's a clear call to action. When the person decides to comment and then I follow up with the link, they click on the link, they're going to opt in. So they're going to opt in, give me a name and email address in order to get that free resource. Sometimes even provide a mobile or cell phone number. They're going to join my email list. And my email list means that I'm going to be able to send them an email with the link to download. And then If you've done this right, you have something called a new lead nurture sequence, meaning you start a sequence of emails that now helps you to actually nurture that lead. So the first email they get is to get the download, and then the subsequent emails that follow are the ones that build, nurture the relationship. Yeah, right? So that people get to know and see you more. And what you may do in those nurture sequences is push people to more content, like back to your YouTube channels, back to a playlist on YouTube, getting more retention with you, more time watched. And the time watched is important because the more time that a person spends with you, you're increasing the fact that they feel like they know you, like you, and trust you, right? The key is providing real and relevant value. It isn't just sending a bunch of emails and the person's on your email list. No, it's really about understanding you, building relationships. And by the way, if you've never come across the book, I've got a recommendation for you, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's one of the classics, and I'll show a picture on the screen somewhere on here. But it's one of the things that I recommend to my clients, I recommend even to my children, because the more you understand about humans and creating connection and actually the psychology of what that means and how to persuade people in the right way with integrity, it will take you far. And the more you're able to do that, the more you'll be able to transition people from getting a resource, nurturing them, and getting people to book in for that strategy or discovery or sales call, or even pushing people to a checkout page where they're just ready to buy online without some big convincing argument, right? You've already done it, you've built it, you've nurtured. So the key here is thinking about how every single piece of content you produce is accomplishing one of those three objectives or a mix of those objectives. And again, guys, lead generation, lead nurture, and lead conversion. We're doing this, publishing content to intentionally grow our business, right? So after hearing my intro, I really want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Let me know in a comment below, and let me know what you think social media is when it comes to lead generation. Or is it just to create content and not really have a strategy? In my early days of business, I can tell you, I was guilty of just creating content for the sake of it. I'd just hit record on my camera, or I'd hit record on my mobile, and not really think. I'd just kind of be in the moment and think, let me just get into the rhythm of creating content. And here's what I can tell you guys, that is a good thing, but it only takes you so far, because what it will help you to do is build up camera confidence. It will help you just to be able to just get into the mode of recording, because you'll find a lot of business owners, and you're probably watching this right now, where you've held off clicking record. But what I can tell you is it builds up your muscle to show up. It builds up your confidence on camera to just get going. However, as I said, it only takes you so far. What you've then got to look at is accomplishing those three objectives. You've got to be intentional with what you're creating in order to generate leads, nurture leads, and convert leads. And if your content is not geared up for that, you'll soon see that you're creating great content, but actually you're not getting great results. You're not generating leads. You're not getting prospects. You're not growing your business and getting sales. And we can't keep doing that. It's like banging our heads up against the wall, expecting a different result, right? You see, when we're doing social media, we're doing this because we want a return on our investment. And our investment when it comes to social media marketing is money. We want to be able to generate cash. We want to be able to generate equity in our audience. So that might mean some people come across our content maybe a year ago, but eventually they choose, or it's the right time for them to become a client. Also looking at it from an energy perspective, we put energy into this business, energy into our marketing, and we want to know that it's actually giving us a return, right? Because there's only so far that you'll go with the energy that you have before you burn out, before you think, this just isn't working. And, from all the great creators out there, the people who've really grown some huge channels or done amazing things in business, generate the leads, grow the business, generate multi-six figures, 7 figures, 8 figures and beyond, they stuck at it for the long term. They stuck at it and looked at it like a marathon rather than a sprint. So let's get to the bottom line here. I'm not trying to get you to work forever and a day. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is reveal to you exactly what we need to focus on. So the bottom line is social media can be one of the most effective ways for growing your business and generating leads. Why? Because your customers are gonna be on social media. Every platform literally has hundreds of millions and billions of people on there daily, right? And so it's not going to be a challenge for us to find people. And especially if your business is location independent, meaning that you can provide services from afar, remote services, coaching, consulting, expert service driven services. Like, these are the ways that you can actually take your business from local confines to more further afield. And even if you do have a brick and mortar business where you're providing services locally, it's still a great way to smash through your competition who aren't doing it as effectively as you. On average, people are spending 2 hours and 20 minutes every day on social media. That's a lot of time. If we utilize this knowledge and create content using the 3 objectives, we'll be able to generate leads, nurture leads, and convert those leads. And that's how we're going to be able to grow and make an impact in this world. By taking our products and services and putting them in front of people by creating value first in our content. So just posting content, hoping and praying, throwing as much mud as we can at the wall and hoping something sticks is not the way. We have to be strategic. So even if you're a new business coming to social media to market yourself, or you're an existing business and you're looking at kind of re-engaging with your social media strategy and getting content published, you might be thinking, well, how can I do this? How can I actually make social media work for my business this time around or for the first time? Well, you might be thinking, well, I've got to test the content first, right? Absolutely, but you're going to test your content with intention. So whether you're a new business or an existing business, the next steps that I'm about to show you are going to be super important for how you get social media to work for you. Okay, so let's move into it. So step 1, I'm going to introduce you into something that I teach all my clients, and it's called the transformation bridge. The transformation bridge is a really powerful process because this is how you're going to be able to identify all the content that you'll ever need and never run out of content. So imagine you've got a sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper, you split it with a vertical line and a horizontal line, okay? On the top left, you've got frustrations. On the bottom left, you've got fears. And the top right, you've got desires or wants. And the bottom right, you've got aspirations. So the importance of this process is we've all got a niche, we've all got a target audience that we're going after, and within that target audience, you may have heard people talk about things like your ideal client avatar or ideal client persona. Like, there's so many different terms that use this, but it's your target audience. And the more that you can get into understanding your target audience from the point of view of the psychology, going back to the book that I mentioned earlier, How to Win Friends and Influence People, the more we need to understand frustration, fears, desires, wants, and aspirations in terms of the problem that you help them to fix. So if we've got our audience and we know that this audience has a specific problem or a goal, but they're trying to either get beyond the problem or get towards the goal and make that a reality, they're going to have frustrations, they're going to have fears, they're going to have desires, they're going to have aspirations, and it's our job to be aware of what those things are, because this is what will influence your content, because this is what is influencing your audience right now. And if this is influencing that audience, this is where empathy will come from, because people will see, hey, you know me, your content is speaking to me. You must understand exactly what I'm going through because you're describing the things that I'm experiencing in so much detail. It's almost like, I know you, I like you, I trust you. So what do we need to do here? What I recommend is you're going to fill this in, and what you're going to do is highlight the top 10, even 20, if you can get to that stage. Start with the top 10 frustrations, and for every frustration there's going to be an equal and opposite desire. 10 frustrations and an equal and opposite desire, right? Then you're going to fill in fears. Usually it's about 5 to 7 fears. You don't really get much more than that because you're probably just going into more enhanced frustrations. Aspirations. When your audience have achieved what they desire, what would they then aspire to do? What would be their next steps, their next chapter, right? Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to fill this in. So give me a second. I've filled this in. We've now got a bunch of frustrations and desires. So we've got the equal and opposite related desires. So frustration number 1 is, for example, a business owner might not be making 10K per month consistently. Number 2, leads are a trickle. So the lead flow is not really, something that they can rely on. Number 3, marketing is overwhelming. So they're overwhelmed with what to do or, where to turn next. Number 4, low sales confidence. So these are all the frustrations, things they're frustrated with. And then if you look on the desire quadrant, you'll see that the opposite to not making 10K per month is they actually desire to make 10K plus per month consistently. Number 2 is, rather than leads being a trickle, leads pour in consistently every month, every week. Number 3, marketing is overwhelming. Number 3, as a desire would be, marketing is simple and easy. And then number 4, low sales confidence. Well, if they're generating 10K plus per month, leads are pouring in, marketing is simple and easy, they will then have higher sales confidence, right? And they desire that, but it's a natural thing. You get more leads, you get more sales opportunities, your confidence grows as you do get those sales. So now we're going to fill in the fears and aspirations. Now we have fears and aspirations. So for example, this particular person, a business owner, they may have fears of failing, right? They don't want to fail. They really want to succeed. They may have the fear of, if this doesn't work and it fails, I'm going to have to get a job. The next thing they may have is they fear disappointing family, right? Maybe family relies on their income, relies on them to be the winner, to be the breadwinner, right? So these are real fears. And the more we understand what's going on with our niche, remember, the more we can create content that really gets into the psychology of this and really creates connection, authenticity, and empathy. Aspirations. So once they've achieved the things that they desire, they will aspire to, for instance, make good on a vision or their dream, like, you know, the bigger vision. Number 2, they aspire to freedom, like real freedom, not limited because of income or circumstance or environment. And number 3, so that was number 2, freedom. Number 3 is they aspire to just be on their way, like they're really moving in their life, like things are really going good for them and they're making progress. So that's the transformation bridge. Now imagine you fill this in and you've got like 20 frustrations, 20 desires. As I said, fears and aspirations, you're not going to have as many as the top 2. But here's the reality. Desires are going to motivate people, especially in headlines and hooks. Frustrations are going to create empathy because people know that you understand what they're going through, right? And it's really powerful because any one of these 4 quadrants, you can focus in on one of these things and it can be a brand new piece of content. Right? So you should never run out of ideas. And here's the cool thing, even one frustration, there are going to be many different angles that you can choose to create content around, to tell a story, to share a statistic, to show a before and after case study, to create something newsworthy, something that the industry is currently looking into, an association, you know, something that is important to that industry, to your audience. You will never run out of content. So step 2 is, well, what do we post in terms of our social media content each week? Well, we've done the transformation bridge. And what I want you to then do is we're going to get that transformation bridge and identify the top 6 frustrations and the top 6 related desires. And we're going to use that to fuel our 6-week content plan. So we're going to create a 6-week content plan. That's why it's called the 6-week content rhythm. This method that I use, that my clients use, generated thousands of leads for me and my clients. So we have, just like you see on screen, we have a diagram with the table, and we have down the left hand side weeks 1 to 6. We have a column of the top 6 frustrations or fears, the related desire. We have the belief that we understand that is limiting our audience from getting the outcome they're looking for, and the lead magnet, the resource that we can share with them. The cool thing about this is we're identifying each week what the main focus is going to be with our content. So you can see in week 1, row 1, the frustration would be a business owner who doesn't have enough leads. The desire is to have more qualified leads. The belief is they don't know what to do on social media, right? And if we take this information, this will help to guide what content we create, because we know what they're frustrated with, what their desires are, what their beliefs are, and then we can even dig into what the emotions are, what they're going through. And this is how we can create more meaningful content and content that resonates. And then finally, the column that says lead magnet, we can then choose to share a resource in our content each week so that we can actually generate leads. If you only have one resource, that's okay, guys. You know, there are different types of lead magnets that you can offer. It can just be one specific webinar. It can be one type of guide. It can be, for instance, like the book that I'm holding. And I usually offer this book. It's my book called More Leads, More Clients. And so it doesn't matter what the resource is that you have available, so long as you've got something to actually get people to want to put up their hands and say, hey, can I have a copy of that thing, or can I have access to that thing? And that helps you to generate a lead, because they then go to a page, they opt in, give you name and email, perhaps phone number, and then you're on your way. So row 2, if you look at it, week 2, the frustration would be they don't know how to speak to leads in DMs. Their desire is to close more sales in DMs on social media. The belief is conversations are too hard in DMs, and they don't know how to come across authentic without sounding like somebody who's interrogating them, just trying to get their details. Week 3, you can see the example here is the frustration is they're not closing sales. The desire is to be confident and good at selling. The belief is selling is not for me. I don't like it. So therefore, the lead magnet I'm offering is related to that. So you can see these are a bunch of resources, lead magnets that I offer out depending on the frustration or desire. Equally, I could just have one lead magnet, especially like my example here called the secret client magnet, that would cover all the bases of the frustrations and desires on the screen right now. And you may have that, like I said, so you can have a quiz, you can have a webinar, a video sales letter, it could be templates, cheat sheets, hacks, just different things that you want to give away, right? It's entirely up to you what you offer as a lead magnet. It's just got to be valuable and related to the person's frustration, desire, and the belief that they have that will help them to move towards the outcome they're looking for. Right, now we have a 6 week plan. What we need to do now is look at, well, what do we post out on a weekly basis? So we need a weekly content plan. And this is how you can take your transformation bridge answers with your frustration, fears, wants, and aspirations and never run out of content, because each week you will simply have a focus. But the reason why I like to have this 6 week content rhythm is once you've cycled through 6 weeks of putting this type of content out that I'm about to share with you, you go back to the beginning, you refocus, you make improvements on your hooks, your intros, your videos, your content that you write, the images that you use, you get sharper, you get better, you become the authority within the niche because you go 1 inch wide, 1 mile deep rather than just being broad, right? You'll have depth to your content because you'll be able to get to the point of mastery because you'll keep cycling through your 6 week content rhythm, repurposing content. And we all know as content creators, and what a lot of the top content creators do, if you look at the content they put out, they go back over the same topics. They just have different angles because they understand the key is not to get off topic, it's to go deep into the topic. So here it is. On a Monday, you'll publish a post of about 150 to 1,000 words or create a 5 to 15 minute video, not too dissimilar to the one you're watching right now, that helps your niche to change beliefs. The best way to help people change beliefs is to share a story of either you or a client and how they went from where they are with their frustrations or fears and how they got to their desires, the outcomes they're looking for, and moving on to what they aspire to do next. Tuesday, publish a post that gets your audience to raise their hand, like a 130 character or 20-second video offering a lead magnet, something that a person can respond to that post to and say, yes, I'd like a copy. On a Wednesday, publish a case study, something related to your weekly desire, showing the problem, the steps taken, and the results achieved for your client or for yourself. On a Thursday, publish a walkthrough video, like 5 to 30 minutes. It can be, as long as you want it to be, that show the steps of how the person would achieve the weekly desire, the outcome, by using your specific method. And then on a Friday, you can publish a reminder for the video from the day before, the walkthrough. And then finally, publish a hand-raising post, an offer to test your buyers and followers, right? What you're looking for is the people that are following you right now, are there buyers in that audience? And so that's what you post each week. So that's actually, look at that, 6 pieces of key content. You can obviously publish more short form videos and content to accompany this and a complement and to complement this 6 week content rhythm, but this will be your core foundation of content that is directly connected to your audience's frustrations, fears, wants, aspirations, that will help you to create more empathy, authenticity, and alignment with intention with your social media content. Let me give you some examples. So on a Monday, publish a change beliefs post or video. The key here is use different story angles, different approaches to creating content, us versus them, the discovery, the phoenix, before and after, the secret, the character, maybe you or a client, something to do related specific to your niche and the problem. Disruption, maybe a new approach to how you get things done. A quote, maybe you use a quote and you add your perspective to it. Statistics are always great. Story, why you do what you do, how you got into your business or how you overcame the problem that you help people overcome. Behind the scenes, show them what's going on behind the scenes, like a day in the life of humor, news, trending topics, questions, family life, personal, community cause. There are so many different story angles that you can actually use. I'm just going to put them all on the screen because I haven't got time to go through them all because I want to keep this video short and snappy. Let me get to that last one. 31. There you are, guys. Take a print screen. You've got them all. Story angles. There are hundreds, literally hundreds. So the key with content when you're putting it out is to make sure you pay attention to hooks and headlines. Those are the things that are going to capture people's attention. I have this thing called the headline builder, and what I would recommend you to do is use a formula when it comes to creating your headlines. Use how-tos, how I, big mistakes to overcome, why you're doing things wrong, numbers, steps. People love these types of things, and these are the things that are going to get people to actually click and watch your stuff, pay attention to you. So here's an example of a piece of content that I put out in terms of long form content on a Monday. This was actually, I'd class it as medium. It wasn't particularly long, but it covered the 5 key areas of capturing attention, emphasizing more of the problem, showing a new solution, a result, and a call to action. And you can see here, this resulted in somebody going straight from that piece of content to sliding in my DMs and wanting to know more. On LinkedIn, so I was offering a guide on LinkedIn. You can see people just sliding into my DMs, plus people who actually commented on the post for the guide that I was giving away, generating leads. This particular post actually generated me over 1,000 leads. And so again, it creates a powerful approach to marketing your business. So Tuesdays, hand-raising post. The whole point of a hand-raising post is to promote a lead magnet, something that you have a value that people will want to help them overcome either a frustration feel, get closer to a desire, fixing a problem, right? Sometimes they're often called a two-step post or a giveaway post. And here's some examples. You can see some examples of me and my clients, and they should be very short. They should literally just show people and give them an indication as to what the value is they're going to get. It's a value exchange, the result they're going to get. And off the back of these have generated me and my clients. You can see here, Haroon, 101 leads. Denise was able to get leads plus booked calls in her calendar. Hand-raising post videos. So you literally take the kind of text post that you create and just record a 20-second video. It's very easy. You know, offer something of value and people will respond. On a Wednesday, social proof. Social proof is all about putting out your results so people can see, and people do respond to results. The key here is to make sure you structure it in the right way. Here's an example that you can use in order to use your testimonials and case studies much more effectively. State the problem, state what it was. Explain the steps you or your client took based on the guidance that you gave them, your specific method. Share the results or outcome of those steps. And then finally, share the words of their experience or appreciation, their actual testimonial. And that will create a really powerful testimonial / case study piece of content you can share as text or video if you've got it on video. Here's an example where I'm doing both. On the left is a client's testimonial, which I pushed into like a text case study. On the right, here's a video testimonial of a client who generated £9,800 in 4 hours. On the left, you can see another example where I shared a testimonial of a client who used my method. And you can see on the bottom left, she was able to generate the equivalent of £32,000, 400 for a new contract using the very method that I'm telling you, that I'm sharing with you guys right now, the 6-week content rhythm. This stuff absolutely works, guys. And another client on the right hand side generating a little over, what is that, 1, 2, 3, nearly £4,000 in a few days. Thursdays, the walkthrough video. The walkthrough video is just share your good stuff, share your value, the things you know, your knowledge, just share. And within a 5 to 30 minute video, you should be able to create content. And the whole point of this is you're getting people to spend more time with you. On a Friday, remember, reminder and offer posts. The importance of putting out hand-raising posts and offer posts is we're constantly testing our audience with our offers. And the more we understand what's happening each week of our 6-week content rhythm, the more we understand what we need to pay attention to with those offers and improve those offers and keep posting those offers, sharing those offers. So the reminder video is literally, hey, take a print screen, show them, hey, maybe you missed the video from yesterday. Here's the video, go get it. And then the hand-raising post where you share an actual offer. Here's some examples where one on the left where I was offering strategy sessions, paid strategy sessions. And on the right, I was sharing a workshop that I was offering for £29 for people to attend. What I'm doing here, guys, and the importance of this is I'm constantly testing content that is transformational content, changing beliefs content. I'm testing content that gets people to raise their hand for lead magnets. I'm testing content where I'm sharing case studies and testimonials that act as social proof for the things that I can help my clients to do. And finally, on a Friday, I'm testing paid offers to see what resonates with my audience. The importance of this is we don't want to just do social media just to build an audience. We want to know that our content is able to pull the people out of the audience who are buyers, who are interested. And the more that we keep focusing on this approach, the more we can improve. So the whole point of the 6-week content rhythm is to simplify your approach to content marketing, especially on social media, so that it's aligned to your niche in a way that will help them to go through the transformation process of changing beliefs and seeing you as the only logical choice to get help from. With empathy, emotions, and your cornerstone, or at your cornerstone, this will help work like never before, and it's going to set your messaging apart from what you've done up until now. You'll be able to remove the weekly topic or pieces of the content that don't work and replace them with new things each time you run through your 6-week cycle. So you might be thinking, how do you get better? So you might be asking, can you add other content to your social media amongst the weekly content? Yes, you can. Put out shorts, put out anything else. What I'm sharing with you in the 6-week content rhythm is just to make sure you have the right foundation that focuses on your niche. It understands psychology, and we're moving people so that we can generate leads, nurture leads, and convert leads. Remember? Can you make everything video content? Yes, you can if you just want to be a video producer, publisher. But I would recommend that you test out both. You know, whether you're doing it on YouTube or other platforms, most platforms have the space for you to publish both video content and written content. Okay, so step 2 was quite a biggie. Now we're moving into step 3. And step 3 is simply tools for publishing and scheduling. You've probably heard of all of them. If you want to speed up your content creation process, then I would recommend you look at things like ChatGPT. There are other products on the marketplace that can help you create written content, long form content, video scripts. If you want to be able to use ChatGPT and you're looking for some prompts, I can give you some ChatGPT prompts for free. Just comment underneath this video with the word ChatGPT and I'll send you some prompts that will help you to create content for your weekly schedule. And finally, what are the tools? You've got things like Business Manager on Facebook that will also help you publish things on Instagram so that you can schedule content as well. You've also got YouTube scheduling. Remember, if you're creating videos, you can set them to be scheduled, meaning that they're not published straight away and you can put a scheduled date. It's another good way just to get your content out there. Other platforms do have different things available to you. If you're using Instagram, as I said, you can use Business Manager, but you got things like TikTok where you can put things into a drafts folder so you can prepare content, and then when it's the day for you to actually publish it, either you or your virtual assistant or your team can then, you know, log into that account and then set the content that you've got in drafts to publish. You've also got things like Opus Clip, and there are many other tools out there that you can use like Buffer. You know, I've used them in the past as well, and all of these things just help you to schedule content. And really what you want to do is just figure out what works for you. I just recommend you take trials with some of these companies. They offer free trials, most of them, and you can just figure out what works best for you and your team. And then once it's, you know, up and running, you've got this kind of rhythm, which is why I call it the 6-week content rhythm with that weekly schedule and the overview. It will allow you to become more confident because you will understand the process that you need to run through to just get things done. So that's a wrap, guys. 3 steps. Today we've covered how to create social media content for business and never run out of ideas. Number 1 was the transformation bridge, really getting to understand our niche and our target audience. Number 2 was the 6-week content rhythm, and specifically we looked at the weekly post schedule with some examples. And number 3, just shared a moment ago, publishing tools, scheduling tools, so that you can make it easier on yourself to get that stuff done. If you're interested to learn more about this topic, especially growing your business through marketing, sales, lead generation, please remember to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell for this channel. If you're looking for more direct help to grow your business, then I'd recommend that you book in for a marketing strategy call. The link is in the description below this video. What happens on the strategy call is that I get to understand a bit more about your business, and then I create a specific plan with some action steps, all in 30 minutes on what you can actually do to execute and get results in your business. The session can be recorded, so you've got the replay to refer to after the session. And remember, the link is in the description below this video. So the bottom line, guys, can you remember it? Use social media for lead generation, lead nurture, and lead conversion. I'm Leon Streete, and remember to watch more of the videos on the topic of marketing, lead generation, sales, and growth in your business right here on this channel. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.